I'm glad Talana packed her three ball tonight. That was really exciting to see her knock down that shot. And a great pass. Was that to Haley, that pass?
That was to Haley.
That was,
That was a great
ooh,
cut. Well
those
done.
two play really well together. Creighton, first of all, is, I think, an excellent, excellent team. They're a really hard team for bigs who aren't used to being out and defending threes and all the screens. And I thought our bigs did really well. Cam and Kiki started us off. Our first quarter was awesome. And I really wanted to work on our deeper rotation, and then we kind of struggled a little bit. We bogged down a little bit in the second quarter. But I think that will be valuable game time that people can learn from and understand what we need to do. But Haley having 8 assists, 1 turnover, I'm really excited about that. Talana was at her career high. No turnovers is great. I thought it was kind of a little bit of a roller coaster game. We'd play really well, and then we'd struggle, and then we'd play really well again. But total team effort and led by the two on my right and my left.
Microphone.
All right, Coach. All right, Coach. Another opponent with single-digit turnovers, and you guys had double-digit turnovers, but you still won impressively. So, how do you surmise that?
I think that they were hard to get turnovers on. They really spread the floor really well. They passed the ball really well. We have to be more aggressive defensively without fouling. It was a challenge to play them, a quick turnaround from Tennessee. But that's something that we want, we talk about, we want to do is force more turnovers, and we need to take care of the ball better. Sometimes playing a lot of people, they're trying to do maybe a little too much. But some of the turnovers, I think they're, like Haley was trying to make a pass one time to Elena. I don't know if that was Haley's turnover or that was Elena's, but, it's just, I think, they're a young group that are just coming together.
Lana, you started hot from beyond the arc, and it continued throughout the entire game. Do you feel like they kind of sagged off to you and didn't realize that you were going to shoot like that, and that they kind of gave you room and they weren't expecting you? And Haley, what do you think about her performance?
100%. I think that was the whole scouting report was to leave me and, the other 4 starters are prolific scorers, so it's only smart to try and double in on them. But it did leave me open, and I just kind of took that opportunity, took the open shot that was there.
Yeah, I see T staying and working every single day, and so I think we all have the confidence in her to shoot it. And so on the first skip, I passed it, and I said, shoot the ball, and she did. And I think I skipped it to you 2 more times,
Sure did.
and I said, shoot the damn ball, and you did. So
I was saying the same thing.
yeah, we're like this. So, I was proud of T for shooting it today, and I think that's what we want from her every game. And I think all that does is if we're all knocking down our outside shot, then it just makes it easier for Cam and Kiki on the inside. It makes it easier to get more cuts to the rim, opens up driving lane. So it's a good omen going into Pac-12.
Tara, there's been a few stretches this season where you have quarters like the fourth where just the long scoring drought. Is that something, like, what do you make of that? Is that something you guys worry about, or is that just a product of it's a game of runs?
I worry about everything, but I would just say, sometimes the balls are not going to go in. I thought Hannah Jump had some nice looks, and, she struggled. So, she wasn't shooting the ball very well. But we rebounded well, and we were really trying to look at a lot of different people and give them an opportunity. Elena came in and hit a 3. I thought, Agnes got some nice rebounds. She has 2 boards. So we don't need everyone to do the same thing as the other person, but just understand what they're good at and do what they're good at. It's challenging though. I don't think we're aggressive enough defensively. We're not getting the ball to go, and we like to run, but you look at them. They got a total of 1 all board. They're just going back. So they're saying, all right, we're not going to give them transition baskets. We're going to double and triple Cam. That's a couple of her turnovers and Kiki's turnovers, which we told them that it was coming, but it's maybe different when it happens in the game. But tonight was T's night, and Haley, the pass that Talana had to Haley was fantastic. That was really exciting. But I think we can learn from this game and get better. They are an excellent team. They're an NCAA tournament team and ranked team and very tough team to guard.
Along those lines, with so many different players contributing a little something, it's a rare night when Hannah is not knocking down threes. And just how much did that take the pressure off to have so many others? You're seeing all the different options you have who can contribute in different ways.
Yeah, I think, every time Hannah shoots it, I think it's going in. And so I think other teams think that as well. So that's why they're all over her. But, when it's a night like tonight and let's say her shot isn't falling, it just shows that we have a lot of depth. But that also means that next game she's going to get in the gym tonight, tomorrow, and next game she's going to come out and, get some buckets. So, I think it just shows that we have a lot of depth, but it's also like, we still have the utmost confidence in Hannah Jump. And I think other teams aren't going to look at this and be like, oh, she's a streaky shooter. They're just going to be like, all right, watch out next game. She's going to come crazy. So.
She did have 3 nice assists, no turnovers.
Right.
Sure did. I think she impacts the game in a lot of different ways. Like, even if she's not shooting it, she's backdoor cutting. She takes a defender out of the paint. So I think that just having her out there leads to a lot of good things.
Alex Simon Barry News Group. For both Talana and Haley, since you guys tend to be the one bringing the ball up a lot, when a team like Creighton is just shooting and racing back and basically saying we don't care about the O boards, how much does that challenge you as ball handlers to take balls and either try to find a little alleys of transition play or just know I need to just put the brakes on and take what they're giving us?
Well, I think in practice we drill a lot our half-court offense. And, of course, transition is important. Finding our bigs in the open lanes, finding Haley and Hannah on the wings. But I think that we've practiced like what our offense can look like when we're doing our up down or whatever set that we're doing. To kind of identify that yes, we don't have transition, but we still have options and we can find ways to score in the half court.
Yeah, I agree with what T said. I think it's just making different reads. Transition isn't always going to be there, and teams know that that's where we love to play, so we're going to have to get used to that. I think also playing against a team like Creighton, Tar pointed out that like at halftime, that's the type of offense we want to have where we're constantly moving. It makes it so difficult and it's tiring watching them cut all the time and screen and do this and that. So I think, we can go back and watch this film and learn how in our own offense we can bring in more of that to create more of those like transition, open backdoor lanes and things of the sort in the half court.
You're playing to mirror yourself almost in that way to some extent.
Kinda, yeah.
Ben Parker, CardinalSportSports.com. Tar, could you just talk about the first quarter, 27-10 outscoring them? That was obviously huge. Just what was the key to that strong start, and what was kind of your message going into the game in that first quarter to get off of that strong start?
Well, I think a lot of it has already been covered in that Talana, they basically said, you got to knock down shots, and she did. They left her. They doubled in on Cam or tripled in on Cam. They focused totally on Hannah Jump and Cam inside and basically said, other people have to beat us. And Talana said, all right, I'm going to step up and knock down some shots. And that's, she rose to the occasion, and she's a big-time player. She D'd it up really well. One of the players that's really good for them, she was on 15 a lot. She ended up with 18, but she worked for every point that she got. And a lot of people were switching all the time, so it wasn't obviously just on Talana. But their leading scorer ended up with 9. She's averaging like 17 or 18. So I think our defense in the first quarter really set the tone. And then probably I was really anxious to try to get some people some minutes that hadn't played maybe in the Tennessee game to give them an opportunity. And, maybe we just lost our focus a little bit. And, I have to do a better job of making sure we keep our rotation where they're not kind of making the mistakes that we made.
Talana and Haley, I want to ask you, talk a little bit about you want to play like Creighton on offense. On defense, guarding a team that's always moving, always screening, like never a set moment on defense. How hard is that, and how does playing against a team like that in this situation prepare you for when you face teams like this that play this way in Pac-12 play and into the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I think Creighton's a great team, so all it does is prepare us. I think we can learn a lot even from a win. But I mean, I think guarding a team like that, it's tiring and it takes a lot of mental focus, and it challenged our communication, but I think it prepares us for playing teams like Utah who shoot lights out and they have a lot of different weapons. I think a lot of teams in the Pac are similar to Creighton in different ways in that they have bigs who can play outside and whatnot. So yeah, I think it prepped us really well, and I think that Creighton's a great team, and they're going to win a lot of games down the road. So having this tournament game in the preseason is great, and I think we can take pieces from their offense and things that they do, and incorporate into our own.
Yeah, that was no, but like she said, it does mirror a lot of Pac-12 teams, and I think it really forced us to talk, where maybe on defense we may not have been doing that in the past. And this one was a challenge because we were switching 1 through 5, so Kiki could have ended up on the girl that I was guarding, and I think that everyone did a great job switching in things. So it definitely helped improve our communication, I think, out of most things.
Last question.
Coach, you've spoken in weeks prior about wanting the team to commit fewer fouls. Is that something you were disappointed with tonight, despite the overall great performance?
I think that some of the fouls, again, when you're playing a lot of people, they'll just, I got one foul, and they add up because like 12 people played. But if I go through the fouls, so Cam had 2. That's a party. Kiki, I'm not sure about one of hers, but I'm not really about. She doesn't get fouled. Talana had 0. Haley had 2. She doesn't foul. Hannah Jump doesn't have any. In some ways, I want Hannah Jump to get one. Be more aggressive. Go for the ball. Elena had 2. One was over the back. That doesn't bother me too much. Haley's 1. I didn't like at the end of the first quarter, was it?
That was too aggressive.
Yeah, just because then they were in the bonus and they got to shoot it. Lauren Betts, that game for Lauren is a nightmare. Just that to guard these runaround guards. I give her a lot of credit for being out there and playing so hard and just wanting to be out there so bad. It wasn't the turnovers bother me a lot more. The turnovers that are like just knucklehead plays. The ball slipping out of people's hands, or just there's 3 people on the girl, we're throwing it to them anyway. Those were probably more upsetting. But I think that obviously our starting 5 I thought did really, really well, and it's really important that we have other people playing with confidence and helping us in our Pac-12 games, because we're going to be playing. I don't like playing Haley more than 30 minutes, honestly. It was great that Hannah Jump, did not play 30 minutes, and that Elena could come in and get some experience, or Agnes. This game was just a kind of a specialty game. It was all about who could shoot the ball.
Thanks, everybody.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
See everybody on Friday.